Welcome students to the second part of leaf modifications, where we'll be looking at a classification of the type of important modifications seen. We can begin with the leaf proper, that is the leaf as such. Now, why it's taken in the beginning is that there are modifications which involve the leaves and other parts of the plant, and so here we deal with the leaf as such. So here there could be modifications of the leaf base. Maybe the base looks like wings, flat shaped, so things like that. And modifications of the petiole, that's the stalk which connects the leaf to the stem. Then of course the modifications of the flat portion, that's the leaf blade or the lamina, where we have different types like modifications of the surface of the leaf, in the sense that some leaves may have a lot of hairs on it, some may be having a smooth shiny surface, things like that. Then outline, it could be heart shaped or maybe very spine shaped, things like that. Then the leaf margin, which means that there could be cuts, deep cuts in the leaf, so modifications like that. And of course the leaf tip. Then we also see modifications of the outgrowths which are seen at the leaf base, that's a stipule. And apex as such. So these are the basic modifications seen in the leaf proper. Now other kind of modifications, we begin with leaf insertion. And what's the meaning of it? Simply means that where is the leaf located, and in which part of the plant you see the leaves. There are cases in which leaves may be found at the base of the plant. Some may be some particular types may be seen more at the plant tip. So that kind of modification which are based on the location actually. Then we have the period based classification. What is the meaning of period? Period means that is the particular leaf seen at the beginning of the plant's life cycle, or does it come at the end? So that kind of divisions. Then we have cases that's the case dealing with the leaf arrangement. How the leaves are arranged? Is there a pattern to the arrangement? No. The technical name for that is, of course, phyllotaxy. And they could be a spiral arrangement. There could be opposite arrangement. Then, and there are cases where the bud stage, that's at the stage where the leaf tissues form, you have some modifications. So modification dealing with the bud stage. And another important classification or division is based on the venation. The venation means how the veins, that is the conducting vessels, are arranged on the leaf surface. That's on the way. In most of the dicots you have a network. In other cases, usually monocots you have parallel. So that kind of divisions. And of course, in a particular branch, in a particular stem, there could be more than one leaf. There could be leaflets. That's also classification based on the number of leaves. That's single and of course compound. Now, apart from this kind of modifications, now we can look at modification where the entire leaf actually is modified. There are cases where the leaf even doesn't look like a leaf. One important modification is dendrils, that is, looks like a spring. Now you have spines, that is leaf, especially in a lot of plants which are seen in very dry areas, to reduce the water loss through stomata. You folks would be knowing that respiration requires opening of stomata, and so to reduce the water loss, the modification is a kind of modification there where the leaves are reduced to spines, and the function of leaf is taken taken up by some other plant organs. And you have hooks, which of course it's self-explanatory in the sense that it's meant to connect to a surface. If the stem is weak, it's meant to connect to a surface, connect to maybe other branches to keep the stem erect. So that kind of modifications. Then you have an interesting case where the leaves are modified or having a root function, and in a lot of plants which are living in water, to make the branches stay floating, you have leaves which are shaped like bladder, that is a kind of chamber where air is present. And another very well-known modification where actually leaf carries out the role of an entirely different complex function, that's of a kind of a digestive function or a nutritional function where the leaves are modified as pictures to catch insects and by digesting them to get the required proteins. And you have the case of a specialized modification called a phyllodes, where the petiole is flattened, is green, and it carries out the function of a leaf. And another kind is what is called scale leaves. Now scale leaves are, although we call it leaves, it doesn't look like leaf. They're brownish, very membranous, and they're actually meant to protect the axillary bud. And we also have some other important modification, like there's an interesting case where in a single plant itself there could be different types of leaves, and that's called heterophily. Then leaves, of course, we the picture which comes into our mind is that of a green surface, but there are cases where leaves are colored. I mean, maybe reddish or maybe a tinge of yellow and things like that. So you can classify leaves based on the coloration. And the third type is based on what is called leaf abscission. Abscission means the time at which the leaf falls off from the plant. I mean, so at what period, what are the conditions, what are the reasons for it, and what are the modifications related to leaf abscission. So these are the important modifications we see regarding leaves in the plant kingdom. In the third part, we'll be looking into, we'll be starting to look into to particular details of each case which I mentioned in this video. And of course, you can see a lot of photos dealing with particular cases of the corresponding notes you have in bioinformatics.com. So signing off. Thank you.